Spoilers ahead for Season 2, Episode 2 of The Last of Us. Joel's death seems to be having a different reaction than I thought it would. When he died in the games, it was a very visceral reaction. Like, people hated it. There were people who literally stopped playing the game. The actress who did the mocap for Abby was getting death threats. It was just really bad for everyone involved. And the game was being review bombed by the fans. They wanted to voice how much they hated Abby killing Joel. Obviously, with the show, I expected similar reactions from people who didn't play the games and didn't know the story. But to my surprise, there really isn't that crazy of reactions. Don't get me wrong, people are still bummed about it and super sad that Joel is dead, but I'm not seeing the boycotting of the show or people just saying it's the worst thing they've ever seen. There are a few people who are saying that, but not nearly as many as when it happened with the games. The episode is actually the highest rated episode for the show on IMDb with a 9.5. And honestly, I completely agree. This is by far the best episode of the series. The Jackson attack was great. Abby running away from the infected was spectacular. And then Joel's death, it was sad, but it was a good scene. It was heart-wrenching. So all of this has me questioning some things. Like what changed from the game to the show to have these different reactions to basically the same thing? Why did people hate the game so much more, whereas in the show it's being kind of praised in a way? You could say the difference is that gamers are big babies. That's a joke, don't be mad. The audiences are kind of different in some ways, which could explain some of it. I've been playing video games for a long time, and I can't recall any game killing off their main character like The Last of Us did. It was basically in the first 2 hours of the game. It was very jarring and unexpected for most gamers. Most video game franchises don't kill off the main character because they want to be able to make more games about him. God of War has killed Kratos off so many times, but yet he keeps coming back because they want to continue the franchise. With Joel's death, it somewhat marked the end of the franchise, which saddened players. They will never go on adventures with Joel again, which sucks. Whereas in TV shows, they kill off main characters all the time. Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, all have unexpected deaths and whatnot. So maybe TV audiences are just more used to it, and TV shows aren't going to last 20 years like video games. Especially on HBO, things have to end. So it could be people are more accepting of twists when it comes to TV shows and movies. I also think it's how the scenes were written, because the TV show and game are slightly different, but both ending with Joel's death. In the TV show, we get Abby's motivation right away during her monologue to Joel about how he killed her father. Then she goes further, saying how the nurses told her how Joel barely looked at him before he shot an unarmed man. You hear this as the audience and you're like, yeah, that was a dick move. You might not like it, but you understand why Abby is doing what she is doing. Most of us have or had dads. If you found out he was murdered in cold blood, there would be a part of you that would want revenge. In the game, we don't get an explanation to why Abby is doing what she is doing until much later, like maybe halfway through the game, through a series of flashbacks, and then you play as her. So basically, you are holding on to this hate for Abby while playing as Ellie, and then you are forced to play as Abby. But at this point, you already hate this person so much. It is hard to sympathize with her, or at least it was for some people. Personally, I thought it was fine in the games, like I got what they were doing. But some people really couldn't get over that hump, which is why I think they changed it for the show. Now, would the reveal of why Abby killed Joel be more satisfying if it was like the games? Like the reveal would be later on? Maybe? But I'm perfectly fine with them doing it now. Maybe this was to try and avoid some negativity online. Either way, I think what they did worked. So what do you think about Abby killing Joel? Leave it down in the comments below, and if you want more Last of Us content, please subscribe and like the video. Check out the Twitter link in the description below, and as always, have an awesome day.